beautiful Pisces, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for October 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I will also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is your monthly reading for October. We have stepped into Libra season. The new moon in Libra occurred on the 25th or 26th, depending on where you are in the world, of September. And this brings a much more pleasant energy. It's all about balance, it's about harmony, and you'll start to see a significant improvement in areas you feel you've struggled. So that is the time period we'll be going through at the beginning of the month. It's a great time for business and finding new love if you're looking for new love, or really solidifying relationships that you're already part of. And relationships mean friendships as well as love relationships and things like that. So this is a real time for respite from the bumpy energy that we've been experiencing recently. Now, we had 6 planets in retrograde, okay? So you may have been feeling like you've been walking through mud, 2 steps forward, 4 steps back, feeling unmotivated, de-energized, all of those things. And you may have felt that things were not going in your favor. But know that 3 planets turn direct this month, which can bring big changes, not just on a personal level, but in terms of the world as well. So Mercury, planet of expansion, communication, Pluto, of course, things that are hidden, the unseen comes to light, and we have Saturn going direct as well, and that's about rules and regulations or restrictions. So it can be a little bit of a push and pull month, but Mars goes into retrograde at the end of the month, so that's actually a really positive energy. Mars governs things like wars and conflicts and things like that. So Mars is retrograding, so that means like a pause or a reversal of situations. So it can bring a little bit of respite from difficult situations, not just in terms of global affairs, but in terms of your personal circumstances. We do have Venus making a little bit of an entrance right at the end of the month. So any changes that appear shocking do come with love, shall we say. There is a better outcome or a more positive spin on things. But I have to say that Mars sort of retrograde occurs next to the new moon eclipse in Scorpio. Now, that can be a little bit of an uncertain time, let's put it. Okay, so basically Scorpio rules things like things that are hidden, of course, shocking things coming to light, but also things like pensions, savings, taxes, things like that. So because of course the opposing sign is Taurus, those energies will come into sharp focus. So it can be a time where suddenly we hear news that surprises us about taxes or inflation, or, I mean, at the moment we're all looking at the world circumstances and inflation is going higher and things are sort of looking a little bit grim and intense right now. But there can be like shocking changes. So it can mean suddenly everything that was pressurized in Virgo season, it starts to recalibrate a little bit in Libra season, and then Scorpio season, there's a bit of a combustion. Now that combustion can also be a positive effect, doesn't always have to be negative. Remember, whenever you think about the Tower, which is Aries, and we do have that full moon in Aries energy, it's Aries Scorpio, the Tower. It means, radical changes to bring positive energy so that you come unstuck in situations that you felt were pressurized or debilitating you in some area of your life. Okay, so it will be a little bit of a mixed month. The beginning though is nice and calm. It does feel like the calm before major changes. And now I gotta go get that card because it's shot right across there for you. Let's see what that end card is for you. Okay, so it's the Devil card. Now the Devil card, they want me to go another on that to sort of clarify. The Devil card can be the things that we feel helpless to change, that we feel are beyond our control, or that we're bonded to. We may also feel like we've come up against a brick wall in our life in some area, and the Five of Wands indicates you accept the challenge to overcome the restriction. I'm going to go one more, and we got the Moon. So the Moon represents uncertainty, but sudden opportunities appearing out of nowhere to bring you to a point of succession, of success. So for you in particular, my beautiful Pisces, your 8th house is starred, and that is all about your joint finances, things that you may have contracts with, for example, mortgages, debts, paying off credit cards, things like that, bills. You know, that is something that will be on your mind this month because your 8th house is really influencing you. It's actually a positive influence because the 8th house is all about transforming your finances. So, you know, saving a little bit extra or finding a way to streamline or curb your spending if you're an overspender, or if you've, you know, not been treating yourself, perhaps you're going to treat yourself a little bit, but it's about transforming your finances for the better. Okay. Now, also your 2nd house of value is of influence to you as we move throughout the month. And that's how you value yourself, your time, your energy, your care, your love, your devotion. You'll also be focusing on cash, property, possessions, protecting what you've got. Now, remember, because of the time period we're going through, you will feel those influences of wanting to protect what you've already worked really hard for. And, you know, we're all looking at inflation and things like that. So you may be putting yourself, I actually see you putting yourself in a really good position to weather storms. Okay, now the first card you got here is the card of intuition. This is the High Priestess. So very intuitive month for you, very philosophical month as well. The High Priestess is also, you know, secrecy, things that are unknown coming to the light. So something that has been repressed, whether it is on a personal level, perhaps you are looking at the cards that you got. Some of you, I mean, water elements have got this real kind of like sort of underground secrecy about doing something, like maybe even leaving a circumstance that you feel you've either outgrown. So if some of you, you may be moving jobs and you're keeping it to yourself, because this is a card of having a secret and keeping it to yourself. And we've also got the Calling. So that's like the Judgment card. And we've also got the Fool card there as well, which is about liberating yourself from a situation. Maybe someone's, you know, perhaps ask you to keep a secret and they're going to reveal their secret, and it sort of liberates you from the pressure of having to keep that secret. So I feel like you are liberating yourself from something that you've kept for a long time. Now, some of you, for example, because we have the Lovers card here, some of you may have started seeing someone and you're keeping it to yourself, and you'll know when the right time is to say, you know what, this is the person I want to be with. I've decided it's all a serious thing or whatever. And some of you, because we do have the Higher Calling, which is the Judgment card, can be a card of second chances. Some of you may have been seeing an ex or something like that on the sly, or, you know, not telling anybody that you've been messaging someone from the past, and then it's sort of like, you know, I feel like you liberate yourself from that, and perhaps you have like some sort of new beginning or an epiphany. But at grassroots, this is about using your intuition in order to affect change, because we've got the Higher Calling there, which is your soul path, the sort of mission you feel you've been called to do in this lifetime. You're having sudden revelations of what is welcome in your life and what is no longer welcome in your life, but also the path that you want to take. Okay, so intuitively you're seeking answers, being a little bit more philosophical than usual. I mean, looking at all of your reading, I feel like you've suddenly had an epiphany of how to be really successful, and you're willing to work for it. You're willing to put in the hard work and battle away and not give up on something. And it will help you, I feel, stepping out of a comfort zone, or even like pushing your boundaries, venturing forward with boldness is something that will see you successful. The Eight of Swords indicates something, again, they're just giving this energy, something that was not foreseeable, or something that has been unseen or kept from us collectively is being brought to light during this period. As we move throughout Libra season into October, there may be major revelations because Pluto gets back in the mix and says, oh, hey everyone, we've been hiding these secrets, ta-da! So that's what's going to happen globally, and it actually may affect you on some sort of personal level, okay? But you're using your intuition and you're keeping a secret, or you're keeping something to yourself. You may have even been working really hard on a project and you don't want to tell anybody until it comes into fruition. So I definitely see you working, silently and diligently towards something that you're going to be very, very successful in, okay? We've also got the higher calling. It's in the resistance position. So that's like, I got it in the reverse. Now, you may be coming out of a period of feeling self-doubt, or you may have even gone through some sort of rejection in your world, or feel like stagnation. Nothing's been happening. You feel like you're in limbo, on pause, and you're trying to reflect on the best way to rejuvenate your energy, feel really revitalized, that you're ready to get back in the game, ready to get connected or reconnected to goals, or recommit yourself to something that you want to accomplish. Because by the end of the month, this card, which is the higher calling card, is turned into the upright, into the positive state of you being at an evaluation period where you know which step you take next, which path you take next. This is your true prosperity, your true calling, okay? So you may have been seeking answers about your path and wondering if you're on the right path, and you will get the answers you seek. They're all within you, but you may also get some insight or some advice from people around you. And I say that because they're giving me a song right now. And so interesting. I know the TV show it connects to, but I don't know who sings the song. I almost want to say The Weeknd's. But I don't really know, and I don't know their work, but for some reason I just want to say The Weeknd's. Anyway, the song is I'll Be There For You. Okay, just so no one told me life was gonna be this way. Okay, it's just on this loop, and that's not the full song. The full song, starts off, I kind of know this song. It's from that TV show Friends. So maybe you've been watching reruns of that recently. Maybe this is more about you getting really great advice from your friends. The only lines they're actually giving me from this song is, no one told you life would be that way, or whatever it was. I'll be there for you. So I was just talking about Friends and that song came up, getting good advice and things like that. I was just talking, perhaps you're going to get good advice. Maybe it's a friend who gives you some good advice. So please take it as it resonates. I'm not really sure how it resonates. They're not showing me the TV show. I just want you to be aware of that. They're just giving me the sound of the song. Ooh, that's unusual for me to hit that. What does that mean? Yeah, I feel like it's making a point. Anyway, I'm going to move on from that energy. I mean, it could be that you listen to that song just now before you came to this reading, or you're going to hear it in the next 4 to 5 weeks, and there's some sort of radical change on your personal power path, your soul path, your mission, whatever it is you feel you've come to this lifetime to accomplish. Also, this card is about everything slotting into place for you. You're being required to step forward on your path, take that leap of faith and express yourself through your actions. This is a card of taking the initiative, okay? And it's so interesting because, Pluto actually governs this card. So this is about you responding to that energy, being at a fork in the road, having to make a decision, leaving stuff behind that no longer serves you or would hinder your path, and your path being renewed. So I feel some of you are going to find absolution. You're going to find some sort of closure on situations that may have plagued you for a while. This is a card of freedom. Again, and I mean, the next card as well is also, definitely a card of freedom, having no expectations about the outcome. Obviously, we've all got hopes, dreams, and wishes, okay? But this is about not attaching anything to the outcome, not attaching how you're going to get there either. This is about having, faith that the universe will bring you to where you need to go. And also, this is a card of starting something. Maybe it's new, revitalized energy. Some of you may feel compelled to restart diets or restart exercise routines, or, you know, if there's something you found challenging and you thought you'd leave it for a while, you may come back to it and you're sort of ready to approach it and overcome it. The Fool card is about embracing an adventure, but embracing the journey of life, okay? They're showing me with this card that you're very talented, you're very original in your ideas, and whatever it is you're beginning, you have a lot of potential in it as well. Have faith in your journey and trust that you're going to get to where you want to go. Now, it's a card of beginnings, and of course we're going through the equinox, so this is a very important stage in your life where you feel you're releasing excess and embracing reward, okay? You're making space for the good stuff. So some of you may decide to maybe leave a job situation or something that just isn't working because you see success on the horizon. I mean, the first card is the Six of Wands, but it comes from a space of the Ace of Swords. So it's like suddenly you have an idea of how to get successful, of how to protect yourself and put yourself in a really good position. And you are going to move forward on that. You're actually going to get some really great news at the beginning of the month, okay? Beginning of October. Six of Wands is about news traveling in your direction that really puts you in a great position of something to celebrate. It's a victory, it's a win. It's, you know, stepping into the limelight, being appreciated for all the hard work that you do, the ideas that you have, and for the effort that you put into situations, not just in terms of work, but also in friendships, love relationships, across the board. You're going to feel appreciated, okay? Now, they just said this to me. I can hear they're saying hitting the mark, hitting the mark. Okay, now Six of Wands is also, I guess, about being on target, but it's more about you influencing your circumstances in order to be successful. It's a card of transformation. In order to be in the limelight, in order to be successful, you have to take the steps, the necessary steps in order to get there. You have to take the initiative, okay? So your starting position is you can see the goal in sight. That's why you've got the Five of Wands over here, which is the outcome energy, because you're willing to fight for it. You're willing to be victorious, and you're willing to meet the challenge head on. So I feel like there's some really great times ahead, but know that it's, you know, it's something you're going to work for, is what they're showing me. What is crossing you? We've got the Nine of Swords, a little bit of anxiety, okay? Also, perhaps sleepless nights, you're not getting enough rest. So they want to make sure, you know, the people who are really good at what they do, they make sure they get great sleep, rejuvenate their brain, so their synapses are like on point, and they make sure they have routine. Okay, so, you know, they always say early bird catches the worm. So getting a good night's sleep, then you're up early in the morning to affect change in whatever area of life you sort of want to connect to. But the Nine of Swords says you're worried about something. Now, there's two energies here. Because we've got the Judgment card in this position, the Resistance position, it tells me that sometimes you doubt your path. And this card can be a card of negative self-talk, or, you know, being a little bit too hard on yourself. So be mindful of the way that you talk to yourself, okay? Because if someone came up to you, my beautiful Pisces, if you just dropped a glass on the floor and it smashed everywhere, and someone came up to you and went, hey, you're so stupid, how clumsy are you? That was just such a ridiculous thing for you to do. You'd be like, hey, give me a break. It was an accident, you know? How dare you talk to me like that? You can't talk to me like that. So why do you feel, my beautiful Pisces, that you should be allowed to talk to you like that? Give yourself a break. If you feel like there's something that you're struggling with in your life, you know, you are meeting challenges head on and you're doing the best you can with the circumstances that you've got. They want you to see that you're a warrior. They want you to see that actually you're accomplishing great things and that you're further along on your path than you realize. But still, sometimes you doubt the path, or sometimes you always berate yourself and say, oh, I should be further along on the path, or, you know, perhaps that didn't work out for me because of this, that, and the other. I should do better. You know, you're doing what you can. This card is an indication that there are better possibilities. There are new opportunities sort of gathering on the horizon for you. And you need to be in a very sort of corpus mentis state of mind where you're open to success rather than berating yourself or having negativity or doubting yourself. So they want you to be ready. It's like prepare. And by being prepared, of course, you get good sleep. You try to heal any things that have been causing you some sort of issue, or how can I put that, you know, anxiety, grief. This could be a card of, because you have to read the upright and the reversal in this card. So it's almost like If something didn't go your way and you're healing from that revelation or that rejection, give yourself time to sort of regroup your energy and get back up again, because your journey does not end there. There is more good stuff to come. They want you to be aware of that. So I'm just going to pull a card on the Nine of Swords for you. This is your crossing energy. So this is the thing that's against you. Sometimes being a little bit negative, sometimes doubting yourself, sometimes being a little bit too hard on yourself. That is the energy that you'll meet as you move through October, Libra season. And they want you to liberate yourself from those sort of moments of self-doubt. I'm only reading the uprights in this deck, just so you're aware. I mean, we got the Fool card again. So it is about liberation. Embrace, take a leap of faith, and know that the universe has got your back. You're being supported in whatever new journey or new opportunity you are embracing. If, for example, the Six of Wands, the Six of Wands is about standing out. Okay, it's about being your wonderful self, having a triumphant breakthrough and accomplishing something that you've found difficult. But the Fool card indicates sometimes you're on to the next and on to the next, and they want you to celebrate the wins. The Fool card is also a card of enjoying the journey. It's so important. Sometimes we forget to enjoy the journey. So I'm just going to go one more on this card before I move forward. Hierophant, learn the lesson, get good advice. The good advice here is basically to move on from any situation that you feel you have no attachments to anymore. Also, the Hierophant is about your inner guide, your inner teacher. It can also mean, the Hierophant can mean there's something better to connect to further on. Have faith, okay? Because this is a card of faith. I feel like you've been learning a lot of lessons and you're about to springboard in some area of your life. I feel like it's because looking at your cards, I see this as more of injecting a little bit more passion into your life, a little bit more excitement in your career perhaps, or even just being able to enjoy life and have an adventure. Remember that playful, childlike spirit. I feel like that's what you're trying to embrace as you move throughout the month of October. So you may actually get invitations to more parties during this period, and you will actually accept them and go out and enjoy yourself a little bit more than you have been. What is below you? We've got the Lovers card. Now this is deep down in your gut instinct, okay? The Lovers card at grassroots is about attracting what you're vibing at. So if you are in a paralyzed state of mind where you fear the worst will occur, then you'll attract the worst to occur. But if you're positive and know that you will actually be successful and get the best, then guess what you're attracting? You're attracting the best. It depends on the viewpoint that you're coming from. So they really want you to take a moment, take a pause, and turn, as much as possible, your mindset into positivity mode. Now, of course, we're all human. We have moments of self-doubt and we have moments of worrying and all of those things. We're all, we all sort of go through those moments. So allow it to happen, but don't allow it to swamp you or overwhelm you. Know that whatever is meant for you will never pass you by. Whether that is an opportunity, a house you're trying to buy, whether it's a love opportunity, whatever it is, it will come to you if it's meant to be. And I know that sounds so wishy-washy, but the Lovers card is you are attracting these things into your life right now. Okay, some of you are literally attracting love. If deep down you're yearning, maybe you're being successful in some areas of your life and now you feel the missing piece is that you want to find love. Well, you're attracting it. There is definitely a spark between you and someone new, and that will happen over the month of October and a little bit beyond. But I feel like you're wondering where this new sort of connection goes, because I actually feel you have a choice. There's like a chemistry between you and somebody, but then there's someone else who comes into your arena who displays real potential for a soulmate settling down. I actually do feel, this card is literally called a choice, so I feel like you have a lot of options. But this card is like you have a choice. You have a choice. You can be positive and know that you're a winner, or you can allow negativity to rule your mindset. And remember, thoughts become things. So it is about you connecting to the energy. I also get this energy of relighting your fire on something, relighting your passion for something, whether it's a hobby or, even an old way of thinking, an old job. Some of you may be actually sort of doing something you used to do that you really used to enjoy, because I get this playful kind of free spirit about you. If you're retired, for example, some of you may be like, you know what, I'm not working anymore, but I still want to connect to hobbies, or I want to maybe have a little side hustle that keeps me interested in the money flow and also the passion. I just see a lot of adventure going on. We've got the Knight of Wands here and the Page of Wands, which is about, you know, pushing boundaries, being courageous, and sort of, you know, opening yourself up to travel and exploring all options, not limiting yourself. Okay. In the past position, we got the Ace of Swords. So you've had an idea. Suddenly you're having breakthrough moments. Also, your destiny becomes sort of really clear to you. Now, when I'm holding this card, they're actually showing me a lantern in the water. Okay, so a lantern, obviously a lantern represents light. Normally in the hermit mode, the hermit actually holds a lantern for inspiration. So, you know, it's trying to find a way in the darkness. So perhaps that's how you've been feeling recently, especially being a water element. You're very sensitive. You absorb a lot of energy. So if you've been watching things like news sources or, you know, sort of videos that talk about all doom and gloom just before bedtime, I would be really mindful, because that may be also preventing you from getting a restful night's sleep. You may fall asleep and have your full 7 hours, but if you're waking up feeling really exhausted and drained, even though you've had the right amount of hours, be careful about what you absorb just before bedtime, okay? Because that time period between waking and sleeping hours, it's a very sort of potent time for manifestation. So your best use of that time is to think about all the potentials for you to be successful or have the love relationships or whatever it is you desire. Focus on the things that you want like you have them now. Don't allow any sort of like negativity infiltrate that period before you sleep, okay? Now this card, as you can see, we've got the umbrella in this card. They're actually giving me whistling right now as well, whistling. I don't know if it's being caught on camera. I'll have to look back on the video, but my guides are giving me whistling. So either you can hear whistling, or you've just whistled, or someone outside in the street just whistled or whatever. Please take it as it resonates. I mean, whistling is a sign of getting someone's attention. I feel like your guides want you to be aware of their presence. Okay, thanks so much. I'm so grateful. They're actually giving me this energy as well. Lanterns used to be used or are still used during important events to celebrate ancestors. And so there may be an important anniversary that's coming up for you. Your ancestor wants to let you know that they are walking with you. They're trying to get your attention. So you may hear a whistle or that whistle that's just come through. I mean, it may have been caught on camera. I'm not sure. I have to look. But I can hear it. Well, I can't hear it now. It was just before. When I'm scrying in the water, the sounds kind of pop out to me as well. And sometimes, wonderfully, it's caught on camera. Like I did a little piece the other day, just a little sort of voice message for my friend. I did a little video for my friend because she was feeling a little bit down and everything like that. And there was a moment where I was just looking in the camera because I like to do like a little video to cheer up friends who are feeling a little bit low. And, you know, I wasn't speaking at all. I was just thinking of the next sentence that I want to say, and pure as day, you know, a voice came through and said 2 words. Okay, it's a private message, so I don't really want to disclose what the 2 words were. And I didn't even think about it. I just did the video. I didn't even hear it myself. It wasn't channeled. I was just talking to the camera to my friend. And then I sent the video to my friend, and then she messaged back straight away saying, OMG, did you actually listen to this? And then we listened to it, and I was like, oh, well, there's your message. So, you know, sometimes it comes through on camera and I haven't even heard it. But most of the time when I'm scrying, I hear it, and unfortunately, it doesn't get caught on camera. So let's see if we got the 2. But the Ace of Swords indicates a breakthrough, a sudden epiphany, a realization, a moment of clarity. And I guess that's what the lantern is as well, finding clarity. If you're feeling lost, you're finding context. You're, you know, finding that path in the darkness. As you can see, this figure, she is walking like a deserted land, and umbrellas represent protection. So she is protected through, you know, from uncertain circumstances because she's got the sword of truth. She's leading with integrity, and good things are coming towards you. So this is a card of good karma, but it's also a card of powerful forces of change, transforming either at work or around you. You're going to see a lot of synchronicities, numerical synchronicities. They're actually showing me 1111 right now. Now, not everybody gets 1111, but they're showing that to me. So the The Lover's card could also be an indication that there is a soulmate coming on in, or you're going to be talking to somebody new who becomes a soulmate. But the Ace of Swords is basically a sudden powerful stance, a powerful moment where you're achieving something. But it's also about realizing your responsibility to take action, to take, have conviction, put your ideas into practice, take accountability. And again, the truth comes to light. With this card, truth will out. Now, some of you, for example, you may have been worrying about surgery or a procedure, because we've got the Nine of Swords, which is anxiety, and the Ace of Swords is all about some sort of procedure. If you've been worrying about that, I get this energy. Six of Wands is a really positive sort of outcome. Also, we've got the card of Five of Wands, which means, you're going to face, the procedure, and, the Eight of Swords indicates, in this position, it's like there's going to be nothing to worry about. Okay, they want you to be aware of that. Eight of Swords indicates this is something you have to do. And the Page of Wands is like you're going to feel fresh and new and sort of revitalized in your energy. So embrace the change. What is your potential? We've got the Knight of Wands. Okay, Knight of Wands is a card of seeking or being determined for a new adventure, someone who's bold, someone who's having the courage to live life on their own terms and explore their dreams. You're being very optimistic. You're trying to be. I mean, this is a potential card. Some of you are trying to book a vacation, or you're trying to have a bit of a getaway. This is a card of sort of enterprise, expanding on business. It's a very goal-oriented knight, okay? As you can see, this one's got fire there, connected to the wand. I really feel like things will be heating up for you this month, where you will be led to your goal by your passions. Your passions are your power. So I feel a lot of success headed your way, a lot of action, a lot of productivity, but the best kind, okay? Also, the Knight of Wands is someone who sees the goal, goes after the goal at high speed, accomplishes the goal, and is on to the next. But they want you to be aware with that Six of Wands, enjoy your glory, celebrate your wins. So important. Now, in the near future, Page of Wands. Pages bring news, and this is good news. Some of you may get, you may hear about a creative project. It stretches your boundaries. It actually pushes you out of your comfort zone, and it's something that's going to be very good for you, okay? This is a card of being bold, finding your purpose. Because we have the higher calling there, you may hear your guides whispering to you at which direction you should be going into. Your higher calling, this is a card of answering the higher calling, being bold enough to take the path that you know is meant for you. So the higher calling, all these people, they're leaving their old lives behind in order to embrace new energy. They're embracing, and because of their willingness to embrace their calling, they're going to be rewarded. So I feel this is about you. As you can see, she's got like a record player. Things are just going round and round and round circles. And look at the bored old expression on her face. She's like, ugh, just a different day, same old, same old. But the Page of Wands says, I'm going to be curious. How do I make things a little bit more interesting? How do I add a little bit more excitement into my life? So I feel like you're going to feel revitalized and take the initiative to sort of commit yourself to something that's going to be very, very successful. There's a lot of wands in your chart which indicate passion, strong emotion, strong connection to things, and high achiever vibes, okay? So success looks differently to everybody. Okay, so it depends on your idea of success. Everybody wants to obtain something, wants to achieve a certain thing, and whatever it is for you, I see you having your eye on the prize and working hard towards it. Okay, now we've got the Knight of Pentacles. This is in your personal position. It's in your almost like your advice to yourself position. Page of Pentacles is to know your worth. And remember, your second and eighth house are starred for you, and that's all about your value. The Knight of Pentacles is a realization that actually you're hardworking, you're determined, you are setting out on a path to be faithful to your dreams, and you're going to accomplish your goals. This card is a card of perseverance, not giving up. Your true grit will get you to where you want to go, and you will be rewarded. Your efforts will pay off. So this is your dedication, your determination, and your knowingness, okay? So as you can see, this is a knight that basically wants to go faster. That is the desire. That is the potential. You could go faster, but right now in this position, you're like, I'm going slowly. I'm moving through mud. So when those planets change for you, things will get faster. Suddenly you have an idea of how you can perhaps be more time efficient and move closer to your goals. The Knight of Pentacles, though, indicates new energy coming on in. Either it's a new job, a career path opens up to you, could also be something you've been waiting for a long time, maybe even a promotion or some sort of financial reward or raise, even a bursary if you put yourself out there. This is something that is stable, because I feel even in uncertain circumstances, because you got the Moon card there, I feel like you're putting yourself in a really secure position. And remember, as we go through the eclipse towards the end of the month, that's when things get really uncertain regarding finances, taxes, inflation, all of those things. They start to waver because Mars goes retrograde, and of course the eclipse brings sudden, like, it's almost like they butt heads. Mars says, well, I want to go retrograde. I don't want to be fiery and taking action all the time. And the eclipse says, oh, no, get back to being what you normally are. And it just sort of like there's a little bit of a juxtaposition in energy. So it can bring shocking changes. So actually see yourself sort of protecting your finances, protecting your position in your workspace. And if some of you have been looking at your value and feel that you've been working really hard, but you feel like you're not being fairly recompensed for the effort that you've been putting into situations or your work, you may actually decide to leave. This may be you having like being in stealth mode and deciding to leave your workspace and get a new job, or start up on your own. Perhaps you're thinking about setting up your own business. In terms of love, I definitely see two people. We got two knights here. Now knights, they tend to like woo their counterpart. They try to sort of connect on a deeper level. They get to know you better. Knight of Wands is someone who is transitory, here today, gone tomorrow. There's a lot of passion, but it fizzles out. Or that person is like gone. They enjoyed the moment, they lived in the moment, it was a wonderful, passionate exchange, and they're off. Or you're off. Doesn't always have to be them, my beautiful Pisces. It can be that you're like, oh, that was great, I enjoyed the moment, but it's not for me long term. There is definitely someone coming on in that is for long term if you are looking for love. And if you're already in a committed relationship, I feel like you're injecting a little bit more passion, a little bit more sort of security as well in your relationship. I feel like you're on good footing. Some of you may even travel or decide to relocate because I feel like there's big new changes here. Also, some of you may decide to partner up in business because that Lovers card is about partnership, but it can also be about duality. So maybe you've got a second stream of income. One is a very steady one. The other one is a bit more passionate, creative, something you love doing. That's more of your passion project that it'll actually bring more money later on. We got the Eight of Swords. External circumstances. These are circumstances beyond your control, like world circumstances. Eight of Swords. Yeah, there's a lot to be worried about right now. I'm not going to lie to you. We can all see it. There's difficult shifts going on around the world, but we all operate, as humans, we operate on so many different levels. The first level is the level of the self. How am I doing? How's everything going? How do I feel? Is everything okay? The second level is our external circumstances immediately outside ourselves, which is our family, our friends. How's my family doing? Are they okay? Do I feel responsible? Should I help? What's going on there? Are we all safe? Make sure everybody's okay. Then we, of course, have our work environment. Is that okay? Then, we extend it to external world circumstances. What's going on in my neighborhood? What's going on in the world? How does it affect me? So it's so important to realize that we have so many worries and so many things that we think about that sometimes we feel stuck. We ask ourselves, why is it I'm feeling a little bit off? Why do I feel worried? Why do I feel like I'm walking on eggshells? Why do I feel like something uncertain is coming? Because we've all gone through a major pandemic for the last 2 years. It has taught us that we have to be flexible and that everything we've ever known is not always as stable as it seems. And that's just the way that life is right now. So I feel with the Eight of Swords, you're being really honest with yourself. You're releasing yourself from denial and seeing things as they truly are, okay? But this is an interesting card as well. This is a card that gives you strength and courage to face whatever it is you see and what you don't see, okay? Because this figure, as you can see, all the swords, they're pointed up. They're not pointed at her. There's no immediate threat. But she is blindfolded there, so she's using her intuition to see through things or use her intuition to sense things that have not come yet. but there is a barrier of protection, okay, as you can see. Now, whether it's you launching a job opportunity, whether it's you launching a career, launching a love relationship, whatever it is you feel like you're about to take a leap of faith into or start something new, you may be worried about it. And then you may actually factor in world circumstances as well. So there could be a lot of anxiety, but they're asking you to lead with your heart and lead with your intuition. It's so on point. It's so important as well. This card is a card of restriction. So world circumstances, there may be some restrictions that come in wherever you, depending on where you are in the world. So there may be some more changes to things. But I hear you all groan saying, no, Baba, not more restrictions. I mean, most of the world is sort of like trying to get back on track and things like that. Remember, this time period, especially with Mars going retrograde, it brings reversals. Okay, so it can mean that the restrictions that were in place are starting to be lifted. So remember, Venus steps into the mix right at the end to make it all very bittersweet. Sometimes it can be like, oh, we were worried about this, but actually it's turned out really well. So phew. So there's definitely this energy of things working out better than you expected, but the anxiety is there or the nervousness is there. And they want you to be aware using your intuition will actually protect you. Now, Five of Cups is a hope and a fear. Five of Cups is a sense of fearing loss, fearing failure, feeling what if things do not go in my favor, okay? So this also can be a card of fearing shortages, fearing difficulties ahead, feeling that you have to sacrifice a lot to get to where you want to go. And, what if you get disappointed along the journey? So when you get the Five of Cups, this is a realization to let go of the things that are just not working for you, because the universe is lining something better up for you and you're not even aware of it yet. The Moon card with the Five of Cups says something that is not seen is being orchestrated by the universe. And you will know in good timing when this opportunity is meant to arrive, whether that's love, whether it's a career opportunity, but you're not just sitting back on your laurels. The Six of Wands says you're taking the initiative to move forward towards success. The Five of Wands says you're still in training or you're still battling away to get to where you want to go, but you will be successful, okay? Also, the hope with this card is, things going back to normal, things resolving, moving forward, because we read the both energies with this card in this position because it's a crossing position. So this indicates that anything you feel like you've lost out on will return. There's a recovery. So if, for example, you're moving on from a separation or a relationship, you are sort of coming back, healing your emotions, and you will sort of move on from the past. Hope does return for you. If you feel like you've lost out on, I don't see any pentacles here, so I'm just going to pull a card on that. I don't feel like your priority or your main focus is financial, apart from your second and eighth house governing your energy. So I feel like that's your main kind of influence, but your focus is actually about trying to inject a little bit more passion into the day-to-day and to overcome something that you may have felt is not working or has not been going your way. Know that uncertain times actually bring something really positive for you, my beautiful Pisces. Also, you may feel a little bit more sensitive and self-reflective around the moon cycle, just so you're aware. Now, this is an outcome card. I mean, this is the near future. Page of Wands, great news coming on in, breaking boundaries, finding your purpose, and, taking on a role that is something better, that has value, and that makes you feel really excited to achieve it. But we've got the Devil card here. We've also got the Five of Wands, and we've got the Moon. So this could also mean, three cards like this together could be that someone has hidden feelings of rivalry. They want your position, for example, and I'm not trying to make you feel paranoid or anything like that. It can, the moon can also raise paranoia. It can actually, but it can bring things, situations, hidden things to light. So the Five of Wands basically is things you're fighting for, but can also be rivalry. And the Devil card, of course, is, a blockage, or it can be toxic energy. So it can mean, intuitively look at the things that are holding you back. Look at the things that you feel are alluring or tempting, but ultimately bring challenges. Because sometimes, we see an easy route to take, And for some reason, humans are a little bit complex and they take the most difficult path to get to where they want to go. So the Devil card is not an evil card. It is actually to highlight a blockage or a brick wall that we've come up against on the journey of life. Now you're at the Fool's journey, which is the beginning. You're embracing positivity. But they're indicating when you come up against a brick wall, when you come up a dark moment where you feel like you don't know how to get past a challenge, or you feel like something is holding you back, remember, constraint is an illusion. You're always one step away from changing your life forever. The Five of Wands indicates, I mean, look at all that fire. Without losing your head, you can actually brainstorm and you can find the best way to defeat whatever it is that is in your way, the obstacle. And the Moon card is use your intuition. You can get over any blockages or any toxic energy, even if it means like you have been drinking a lot more recently because you've been really worried about a situation. It's like, how is that helping you? It may soothe you in the moment. It may be a quick fix, but is it good for you long term? If the answer is no, then perhaps you're going to cut back a little bit. You may not eradicate it completely because, a little bit of what you fancy is always good for you, right? But with the Five of Wands, I feel like you're meeting a challenge head on and you're actually going to overcome this. Okay, the Moon card indicates the universe will sort of send a great opportunity. It lies in the shadows right now. You can't see it, but suddenly it's going to appear for you, and they want you to overcome this blockage, push past this energy. Now, the energy could be procrastination. It could be you're freeing your... I get the overarching energy of you freeing yourself up from something that's kept you stuck for a while. So I'm just going to pull a quick card on that Devil, the Moon, and the Five of Wands for you. I'm only picking the upright in this deck, as I said. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Three of Pentacles. Now, that could be literally what that song came up earlier, friendships, people coming together to share resources, maybe talk it out with your friends if there's an obstacle. Three of Pentacles indicates you are on the right path to building a solid foundation and that your efforts will pay off. This is also a dedicated collaboration. So I feel like people are talking about you behind your back in a good way. So the Three of Pentacles is about fixing a delicate situation, making things more solid. The Hierophant, knowledge. So it could be also get advice from friends. Maybe that's what that song was about. I'll be there for you. This is the song, I think it's called I'll Be There For You. The Hierophant, getting knowledge, but also listen to your inner wisdom. Have faith. Also, if you're feeling a little bit pressurized throughout the month, make sure you delegate. I'm just going to go one more, and then I'm going to see what blessings are coming your way. 1 minute, please. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? Two of Wands. Okay, Two of Wands is mapping progress. It is about expansion. It is to highlight that you are making progress, you are moving ahead, but sometimes it feels like you're at a standstill. Also, as you can see, this figure has got the world in his hands. So it's kind of saying, you may be feeling a bit restless because of external circumstances or world circumstances, but there is a new project or there's some sort of plan that you've got already in motion that you expect to happen. You may be waiting for results, but in the meantime, you can get advice on how to move forward a little bit faster. Two of Wands basically means you're aligning yourself with what you need, and the universe is actually orchestrating an opportunity, or whatever it is you're attracting, it's orchestrating it to come your way. Okay, so I see good news coming towards you. I see new beginnings, something really passionate, a lot more energy. Now I'm going to get 3 cards to see blessings that are coming your way. Again, all in that upright. 5 of Cups, something that you lost will be replaced. Don't give up. 9 of Wands is a card of caution. And we got the Ace of Swords, a breakthrough. So again, I'm applying it to your overarching energy. 5 of Cups can be, a sadness. It can be something you feel like you lost out on. 9 of Wands is like caution. You may, be a little bit cautious after losing something or feeling like something didn't go your way, but you're not going to give up. You're going to battle on through. It can also mean get rest. Nine of Wands is like take a pause, get some rest before you make the next step. And the Ace of Swords is the breakthrough, the idea. This is, you know, success. This is a card of triumph and success. It is a breakthrough, a transformation, whether it's at your work or in whatever area of your life that you're focused on in Libra season. This is like an excellent moment to move forward. I mean, it could also be that someone comes forward with some information for you, but it is basically a card of achievement, the power of your convictions, taking responsibility, taking action, gaining clarity. It could also be a truth comes to light. You've struggled with something that perhaps has caused a lot of difficulty, but I feel like the universe comes through for you, because aces are cards of new beginnings. And, you know, Ace of Swords is now you can see, because swords are all about clarity, sight, about communication, ideas, mental prowess, mental clarity. And it's on the crown chakra there. That crown represents, of course, you know, brilliant ideas. Your crown chakra is to know, and we've got the victory wreaths hanging off the crown. So it's know you will be successful, and you will be successful. That message keeps coming up. So it's like, don't look at where you feel things have gone wrong. Look at where things could go right, okay? Now I'm just going to get some final cards before I close. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? They only want one for you. We've got Coyote, revealer of truth. What is this? This is like a secret comes to light, revealing your truth, being your wonderful, authentic self. It says here, don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. That was definitely there with that Fool card. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. I mean, this card said everything that was in this reading much more eloquently than I could ever do. But this is a card that really resonates with the rest of your reading. So, revealer of truth. Could also be someone has feelings for you. They reveal their feelings for you. There's a lot of secrets coming to light during Libra season. So watch out for them, because I feel like you are going to hear a lot of them, maybe even reveal a few of your own. Okay, I'm just going to go and get a rune before we close. You can feel the heat from this. It's got to be the Sun rune, and it is the Sun rune. So that is about success, warmth, love, breakthroughs, realization. I mean, this is light. So interesting. You got the lantern. The Sun is about the light. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of illumination in your month ahead. There is a calmness that comes over you, trust in the journey, a peace, a serenity. And I feel the Sun energy gives you an awareness of success. Trust that the path is laid out for you, okay? Some of you may be even seeking the Sun. Maybe you want to relocate or work somewhere in a warmer climate. I mean, who doesn't? And we've got finances, financially secure. This is the cattle rune, connects to wealth, fulfillment, and attracting abundance, attracting wealth, material gain. So I feel like, you know, these two cards is like, if you were to look at these two cards, this can mean, sorry, these two runes, it could be keep an eye on your money, look at your money, focus on your money. But that's your second and eighth house all over, right? Those two you can be successful in business, successful in money, attract more wealth, but ultimately you're going to be happy. You're going to be happy, and that's the most important thing, okay? So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Pisces. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very, very important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisces. Love and light.